핵심 도시를 중심으로 일일 생활이 가능하고 글로벌 비즈니스 창출이 가능한 경제 규모를 갖춘 인구 1,000만 명 이상의 거대 도시를 메가시티라고 지칭을 하는데요. 이 메가시티를 변화시키기 위해서 UAM 산업들이 여러 곳에서 또 급부상하고 있습니다. 특히나 싱가포르 정부는 2024년 세계 최초로 UAM 상용화를 목표로 준비하고 있는데요. 싱가포르 정부의 UAM 파트너인 독일 볼로콥터의 혼룽추 아시아 지사장을 모시고 싱가포르의 UAM 프로젝트 상용화에 대한 주제를 발표를 듣도록 하겠습니다. 네, 혼룽추 지사장님 무대 위로 모시겠습니다. Please welcome 혼룽추 with a warm applause. Thank you.
Good morning. Before I start, I want to thank the organizers, so the Korea Economic Broadcasting of the conference, and it's an honor for me today to present to you Volocopter. I think there's two portions to my presentation. The first one will focus a bit on Volocopter, and then really we're going to deep dive into our launch in Singapore and the journey so far. And I think my hope is that this will be a good reference for some of the other launches and perhaps the launch here in Korea as well. So a little bit on Volocopter. Our mission, very simple, sustainable urban air mobility for everyone. Here you see the 4 product lines that we have. The first 3, so the VoloCity, VoloDrone, and the VoloRegion, are going to be type certified aircrafts to the highest level of safety under the European Aviation Safety Agency. Okay. The customers have told us repeatedly that safety is the #1 concern, and we think that it is. We do not compromise on safety, right? So we have to hit this highest level of safety in order for us to have the trust of the passengers when they come on board our aircraft. VoloIQ is then the brain, right, and the software that operates all of these aircrafts. When we move on to the next slide, we have on the VoloCity, it's a multi-rotor design. Eric talked a bit about noise. We really believe that this is the aircraft design that will deliver the lowest noise from a physics perspective, right, for the intra-city travel, right? 35-kilometer range, 18 motors and rotors at top, 9 batteries in the back, right? Multiple redundancies throughout all of the flight critical aircraft systems, and that is how we achieve the highest level of safety. This then is the picture, right? We design the use case specific aircrafts, VoloCity for the urban use case, VoloRegion for the urban to suburban use case, and also the VoloDrone for the metro logistics use case. And the VoloIQ then is the software brain that powers the entire ecosystem, in a nutshell, what Volocopter creates. We have a clear path to enter the market, right? So the VoloCity aircraft has finalized its certification plan with EASA since last year, and we are now deep into the testing, right, of meeting the means of compliance, so that we're targeting a TC in the middle of 2024, with a then rapid entry into service in Paris and in Singapore shortly thereafter. We have then ongoing validation projects here in order to fly in Singapore with CAS, right, a concurrent validation that is backed by their update to the working memorandum between EASA and CAS. We are launching in Singapore in 2024. We started this journey actually back in 2017, right? So the first contact that we had with the Singaporean authorities was in 2017. So as you can imagine, by 2024, that's a 7-year journey. In 2018, we committed to doing a test flight, right, in Singapore, but we also built the first full-scale Voloport model, right, prototype in Singapore on the float in the heart of Marina Bay, which is, of course, the very heart of Singapore. We also released a Singapore-specific roadmap, really outlining what is the benefit of UAM for Singapore from a political, economic, societal, and environmental perspective, tailored to the city-states. I think the top line for Singapore is, as always, economic benefits. So we project 4.18 billion Singapore dollars in cumulative economic benefits until 2030. Which will also create 1,300 jobs, local jobs, right? The roadmap also lays out our initial launch, right? And how we plan to add value with future launches. So I think this is probably the money slide. What is the first route that we're launching? So this is our proposed first route in Singapore. It is a touristic route. Right. It flies, as you can see, into the very heart of Marina Bay. You see Marina Bay Sands there, Gardens by the Bay on the left, right? The Merlion, Fullerton Hotel, the greatest touristic hits in Singapore. The altitude that we're flying at, 100 to 150 meters. For those of you who know Marina Bay Sands is actually taller than 150 meters. Right? We're looking at about 15 minutes, and the route here is 12 kilometers. And I think when you look at the route, you can see that it flies primarily over water. Right? And this is one of the conservative approach that we take. Right? Also, as the mayor mentioned, right, flying over water is one of the additional risk mitigation measures that we can take in order to ensure 100% safety, right? Guaranteed safety when it comes to our operations. The range here, our Volocity is capable of flying 35 kilometers, but we're flying only 12 kilometers for the first route. So I think this is my last slide, but thank you very much for your time today. I hope this was helpful in understanding the journey that we have gone through so far in Singapore. We're still 2 years away from launch, but I think this hopefully helps to provide a lesson for launching UAM service in the Korea market. Thank you very much.
네, 볼로콥터의 혼룽추 지사장님께 여러분 뜨거운 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. 다채로운 또 영상 자료를 통해서 UAM에 대한 이해도를 한층 더 높일 수 있는 소중한 시간이었습니다. 대단히 고맙습니다.